Hello, America. Today we're talking about why housing is unaffordable and how states can fix it. So here's a question. What has Washington, D.C. successfully done to improve housing affordability for Americans? Here's your answer. Nothing. In fact, they've only made it worse. And even though President Trump has implemented some successful policies, his 50-year mortgage plan, it's got to be one of the dumbest ideas ever. Seriously, someone buys a house when they're 38 years old, they sign a 50-year mortgage, and then they die before the mortgage is paid off. It makes no sense. Homeownership defines the American dream. That's why this topic is so important to Americans. But with housing so expensive, Gen Z and millennials, they believe the American dream is either too expensive or just dead. So what's the solution? DC has no idea. The problem is fundamentally about supply. So today, we're going to examine how to get DC out of the housing situation and let states innovate on solving the housing supply crisis. So, why does housing affordability matter so much? Most Americans think that the cost of living is the number one issue in America right now. And there are many ideas out there about improving housing affordability, but nothing has worked for the past 20 years, especially since the subprime mortgage disaster. The federal government, they've only made the problem worse. Part of the reason DC can't fix housing is because DC is too big, too bureaucratic, too corrupt to solve major problems like housing. So let's talk a little bit about the affordability crisis in housing. In 1981, the median age of first-time homebuyers was 28 years old. Think about that, 28 years old. But today, the median age of first-time homebuyers is 38 years old, and they're going to sign a 50-year mortgage. Yeah, right. So young Americans are being priced out of the fundamental building block of the American dream. That's why it really looks like generational theft, and you can see why young people are so upset.